A pleasant good evening and welcome to Sun Valley High School for Game 3 of the Delco League Championship Series between the visiting Upper Darby Blue Sox and the Aston Valley Knights. Aston Valley with a Game 1 win, Upper Darby in a wild finish, taking Game 2 on Sunday, the pivotal Game 3 tonight with Game 4 tomorrow night. Someone's going to have a chance to win the championship. If it's Aston Valley, they'll go for number 7. If it's Upper Darby, they're first. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be here tonight and tomorrow. It is fairly hot here in Aston. Jim Buggy Memorial Field at Sun Valley High School. On the mound for Aston Valley tonight, one of the top pitchers in the league, right-hander Chris Murphy. He will face what is essentially the same Upper Darby lineup as we've seen in games 1 and 2. Leading off will be the center fielder, Sammy Berman. He'll be followed by first baseman Joey Supa, second baseman Steve Tyson, the catcher Christian Strickland, right fielder Vince Gasparo, Alex Berman, the left fielder, batting 6th, Max Anastasi with third base, hitting 7th, Brendan Ricciardi, the DH, hits 8th, and Matt Query, the shortstop, bats 9th.
Leading off for Upper Darby, number 26, Sammy Berman.
So Sammy Berman steps in. Berman, one of Upper Darby's top hitters. In fact, their top hitter by average throughout the series, hitting .667, 2 for 6, both of those doubles, rather 4 for 6 with 2 doubles. First pitch in for a called strike and we're underway. Murphy from the windup. Pitches outside, 1-1. Murphy kicks and delivers. Pitches upstairs, so 2-1 to Berman. Aston Valley, their standard black tops with orange letters and numbers. White pants tonight at home as Berman fouls one back. We're located just above the action here at home plate, so you can hear when that foul ball hits the fence. It's quite loud. 2-2 is upstairs. So full count to Sammy Berman to start this one off. He's already walked 3 times in the series. A .778 on base percentage. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed at the off speed. So Chris Murphy with his first strikeout, victim of the night. 1 down. That will bring up Joey Supa. Supa, his ground ball on Sunday afternoon. Brett Lesher couldn't get the throw over to first base. Allowed the winning run to score as Upper Darby blew a 6-4 lead in the 7th and then came back for a 9-8 win as Supa takes strike 1. Supa 3 for 6 across games 1 and 2. One. Checks a swing, called strike. Quickly 0-2. To the Blue Sox first baseman. Going around the diamond real quick behind the plate for Aston Valley is Matt Domian. At first base, we have Cody Clausius. At second, Jared Carney. At short, Brett Lesher. Over at third base, Jacob Stretch. As the 0-2 comes in, swung on and missed. First 2 batters of the game down on strikes. And left, center, and right, it's Aiden Duda, Roman Tazi, and Quentin Ivey.
Now batting for Upper Darby, number 3, Steve Tyson.
Steve Tyson steps in. Tyson 3 for 8 in the series. He's got a couple RBI. First pitch to him from Murphy. Cross at the belt for strike 1. Swung on and missed at the fastball. 0-2. Chris Murphy, unquestionably the ace of this Aston Valley staff. Getting the start here in Game 3 as the Knights try to secure a 2-1 lead at home. The 0-2, fouled off out of play. I mentioned Aston Valley with 6 previous championships, the last one coming in 2017. The Knights knocked off top-seeded Narberth in 4 games. They are the 4 seed this year against the second-seeded Upper Darby. Upper Darby making just their 2nd appearance in the finals. The previous one coming in 2007, and now Murphy steps off as Tyson had stepped out, and the mind game's beginning a little early here in Southeast Delco. Looks like everybody's ready to go. Murphy winds, the 0-2 pitch. Popped up down the right field line. Clausius in foul ground just in front of the Upper Darby dugout. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. None left. Through half an inning, it's Upper Darby 0. Aston Valley coming to bat. It's Game 3 of the Delco League Championship Series here on DelcoLeague.com. Bottom half of the first inning, the catcher, Matt Domian, leads it off for Aston Valley. He'll be followed by the second baseman, Jared Carney, right fielder, Quentin Ivey. First pitch is a ball from Upper Darby right-hander Grayson Walker. The rest of the Aston Valley lineup, batting 4th, the left fielder, Aiden Duda. Brett Lesher, the shortstop, bats 5th. Jacob Stretch playing third base, bats 6th as Domian fouls one out of play. Batting 7th, playing first base is Cody Clausius. The center fielder, Roman Tazzi, bats 8th. And batting 9th, the designated hitter, Dante DeSabatino. The 1-1. Domian chops that down the third base line, but foul. Much better vantage point for us here at Sun Valley than we had at Cardinal O'Hara. Behind home plate. Very close to home plate, not very high up. It is a little steamy up here in the press box. Just as it is out there on the field. 1-2 pitch. Domian takes inside, 2-2. Two-two pitch, swung on and missed. Domian is down on strikes. So both pitchers benefiting from the early strikeout, 1 down.
Batting second for Aston Valley, second baseman Jared Carney.
So we have Jared Carney. Carney 1 for 5, over the first 2 games, but it was a double, and he ended up scoring a run as he fouls one off out of play. Upper Darby back in their gray pants, blue tops, gray caps with the blue bills, same uniform we saw games 1 and 2. Carney swings, fouls that one off. Quickly 0-2 to the player coach, Jared Carney. Carney and Matt Domian listed as assistant coaches, along with Aston Valley manager Mark Spiro and Dave Jordan managing the Upper Darby team. Carney takes high. Walker from the windup. His pitch chopped in the hole. It's short. Long throw coming from Query. Pulls Supa off the bag. That'll be an infield hit for Jared Carney.
Now batting for Aston Valley, the right fielder, Quentin Ivey.
So the Knights' second baseman is the first base runner of the game. So Quentin Ivey will step in. Ivey played in game 1, went 0 for 4. Aston Valley 5-1 winners on Saturday. Upper Darby 9-8 winners on Sunday. First pitch, right down Broadway, 0-1. Around the diamond for Upper Darby, we mentioned Walker on the mound. Christian Strickland back behind the plate. The 0-1 to Ivey. Swung on and missed. Supa at first base. Steve Tyson at second. Matt Query at short. Max Anastasio at third. The Bermans in left and center. Alex and Sammy as that pitch goes over the head of Ivey. Off the backstop. Throw down to second to the first base side of the bag. Otherwise, they might have had a chance at Carney, but a wild pitch. And the Knights have a runner in scoring position. I mentioned Alex Berman in left, Sammy Berman in center, and Vince Gasparo in right. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. So Ivey is down on strikes, 2 down. Next up, Aiden Duda. Duda 3 for 7. So far in the series, takes low for ball 1.
Now batting for Aston Valley, Aiden Duda.
Walker eyes the runner at second. Now time is called right as he's about to pitch. 1-0 the count to Duda. Carney at second, 2 down. Tyson creeping towards the bag. Chopped on the ground to second. Tyson gloves it on the bounce. Throw to first, plenty of time, and that'll be side to side. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. The Knights leave 1 through 1 inning. Upper Darby nothing. Aston Valley nothing. Game 3, the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the second inning. No score between Upper Darby and Aston Valley. 4-5-6. Strickland, Gasparo, and Alex Berman due up for the Blue Sox. First pitch from Chris Murphy. Swung on and missed at the high heat. 0-1. Strickland 2 for 7 with a run scored so far. Turner winds. Out in front of that one, pokes it through the left side for a base hit. And the Blue Sox have their first runner of the night.
Now batting for Upper Darby, right fielder Vince Gasparo.
So that'll bring up Vince Gasparo, and since both teams have gotten a hit, this seems an appropriate time to give a little today in Delco League history. Back in 2019, just 2 years ago, feels like an eternity. Wayne versus Concord in the finals as Gasparo fouls one back. Game 4, facing elimination, Brad Skull of the Concord Canes threw a no-hitter to even that series at 2-2. Wayne would cruise to the win the following day, but 2 years ago today, it might as well have been centuries ago. It feels like everything that's happened in the last 2 years. 0-1 the count to Gasparo, who squares to bunt now. Bunts at it, misses. The throw goes down to first, and they've got Strickland hung up. Clausius over to Lesher. Now to Turner, and he's going to run Strickland down himself. The old 2-3-6-1 pickoff. And now 2 strikes to Gasparo. That play could not have gone worse for the Blue Sox. The pitch. Swung on and missed. So Gasparo down on strikes, third strikeout of the day thus far for Chris Murphy.
Now batting for Upper Darby, the left fielder Alex Berman.
First pitch to Alex Berman, swung on and missed. That one's upstairs, 1-1. Max Anastasio on deck. Poked out towards left field, but that'll get foul out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to the Upper Darby left fielder. Murphy misses high. Wind up the 2-2. Swung on and tipped, held on to by Domian. And that will retire the side. 4 strikeouts so far for Chris Murphy. No runs, there was 1 hit. There's no errors and none left. 1.5 down. No score between Upper Darby and Aston Valley. Game 3 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. Brett Lesher leads it off for Aston Valley here in the second. Takes ball one. It'll be Lesher, Stretch, and Clausius. Bottom of the second inning, no score between Upper Darby and Aston Valley in this pivotal Game 3 of the Delco League Championship Series. Swung on over the head of Tyson into right field, a base hit. Lesher 3 for 6 in the series coming in.
Now batting number 13, Jacob Stretch.
So Jacob Stretch comes in, squares the bunt, pulls it back, pitches outside, and Lesher retreats safely to first base. Stretch squares again, pulls it back again. This one is over the outside corner. Stretch 1 for 4. He's come in as a substitute each of the first 2 games. This time he gets the bunt down. Anastasio looks towards second. His only play is to first. So Lesher will go to second on the successful sacrifice by Jacob Stretch.
Now batting number 2, Cody Clausius.
Cody Clausius playing first base after serving as the designated hitter on Sunday. Went 0 for 2 with a walk. Upstairs, ball 1. Roman Tazi on deck, awaiting his first at-bat in the series. Clausius swings on the ground to short. Query fields it, drops it, throw to first. Pulls Soup off the bag, not in time anyway. Now runners at the corners for the Knights here in the bottom of the second on the air by Query. Been some key errors in this series so far by both teams. And Upper Darby hoping that one doesn't come back to bite him. The double play is in order as Tazi steps in. Bats from the left side. First pitch on the black for strike 1. Mentioned Tazi making his first appearance of the series. Oh, 1 takes high. Clausius at first, Lesher at third. Anastasio about even with the bag at third base. Tyson and Query playing at double play depth up the middle. Supa holding the runner at first. Pitch, squares the bunt, pulls it back. Misses for ball 2. Outfielders playing fairly shallow, especially Sammy Berman out in center. It's a deep center field here at Buggy Field. Chopped on the ground. Supa can't quite get it on the backhand. Tyson fields it to keep it in the infield. But it's going to be an infield single for Roman Tazi, an RBI single, and Aston Valley strikes first. It's 1-0 here in the second.
Now batting designated hitter Dante Sabatino.
So first and second with 1 out. Dante DeSabatino squares the bunt, takes a strike. Supa had to range to his right, try to backhand it. It kind of skipped up on him. He had the runner to contend with as well. Tyson prevented Clausius from getting to third by backing that play up well. Taken high, 2-0. Rather 1-1. Matt Domian waits on deck. DeSabatino 0 for 2 with a run scored. Also drove in a run in the first 2 games. A great bunt up the third base line. They're going to have trouble getting him. The throw from Strickland pulls Soup off the bag, goes into right field. Clausius comes in to score. Tazi's around third. Gasparo couldn't get to it. 2 runs are going to score on that error by Christian Strickland. It's a 3-0 game. the second time we've seen an error on a sacrifice bunt.
Now batting catcher Matt Domian.
So no RBIs on the play for DeSabatino, but a sacrifice bunt. So DeSabatino will not be charged with an appearance. Or not be charged with an at-bat, rather. Second error of the inning for the Blue Sox. Just 2 hits for Aston Valley. As Domian takes a strike, and now he watches ball 1. So 1-1 the count to the Aston Valley catcher. Struck out his first time up. Pitch. Take it on the inner half. 1-2 the count. Still just 1 out in the inning. Dante DeSabatino, the runner at second. Breaking ball, fouled off out of play. Walker from the stretch, the 1-2 in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Strickland. Low and away, count goes full to Domian. Three-two, just gets a piece of it. Beats it into the ground and off the chest protector of Strickland. So we'll do it again, 3-2 the count to Matt Domian. Jared Carney on deck, man on second, 1 out. 3 runs in here in the second. That one's hit a long way out towards left center. The Bermans come in on it. It's Sammy Berman going backwards, though, that makes the catch. Domian is retired for out number 2. As Carney steps in, 1 for 1. Infield single his first time up.
Now batting second baseman Jared Carney.
Some consolation for Upper Darby fans. Game 2, Aston Valley scored 3 runs in the second inning, all of them unearned due to an error. Upper Darby came back to win that game, so all is not yet lost for the Blue Sox. Still early in this one, and we know they've got the offensive chops to come back as Carney sends a missile over the Upper Darby dugout into the woods. I hope Bambi isn't trying to watch the ball game. Go the way of his mother. The 0-1. Taken for a called strike, 0-2. To pitch, breaking ball, just misses. Walker with a disbelieving smile on his face. The 1-2. Fouled off out of play. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Taken in the dirt to Sabatino, halfway between second and third. Might have had a chance at the base, decides not to go. So 2-2 the count. Carney takes one in the dirt. That one gets through the legs of Strickland. Carney signaling to Sabatino to go, and he gets the third, so the count full. Now a runner at third base with 2 outs. Three-two pitch outside. Carney draws the walk. First free pass issued by Grayson Walker.
Right fielder Quentin Ivy.
Quentin Ivy, 8th batter of the inning, is Carney off with the pitch, and that ball is hit right where Tyson was standing. Carney now coming hard around third. Throw is up the line. He is safe. Ivy to second on the throw. It's 4-0 Aston Valley. A brilliant little bit of hit and run by Jared Carney. He took off with the pitch. Ivy did a good job to put it into play, and he hit it right where Steve Tyson had been standing before he went to cover the bag. Carney going hard all the way around. Looked like the ball may have been misplayed out in right field. And that allowed Carney to score, so third error of the inning. For the Blue Sox, and Aiden Duda steps in, the 9th batter of the inning. He fouls one off out of play, 0-1.
Now batting Aiden Duda.
So a single up the middle for Quentin Ivy. He goes to second on the throw. Carney comes in to score on an error by Gasparo. Third in the inning by Upper Darby as Duda takes a strike. Ripped down the third base line. That'll get just foul. Ivy at second. The pitch. Duda hits that one out into right field. A base hit. Gasparo fields it. They're waving Ivy around. The throw to the plate. Cut off by Supa. Throw to second. And they'll get the tag down on Duda. But the run counts. Ivy scores an RBI single for Aiden Duda as he gets cut down 9-6 on the outfield assist. But 5 runs on 4 hits. There were 3 errors. And after all of that, none left on base. After 2, Aston Valley in command, up 5-0 here in Game 3 of the Delco League Finals. Misspoke there at the end of the inning. It's 6-0 in favor of Aston Valley as we go to the third. Leading off, Max Anastasio.
Now batting for Upper Darby, Max Anastasio.
Strike called, 0-2. Murphy's pitch swung on and missed. Anastasio down on strikes. 5th strikeout of the game already for Chris Murphy. So bring up Brendan Ricciardi. And it looks like 6 runs in that inning for Aston Valley. 5 of them unearned. Strike called. Things happen so fast, especially on that Ivy at-bat. Swung at the first pitch. I forgot about DeSabatino over at third. So I was watching everything go on with Carney scoring from first on the play. As Ricciardi takes one on the outer half. Close pitch. Nothing into the count. Matt Query waits on deck. Swung on and missed, and Ricciardi will have a seat.
For Upper Darby, number 12, Matt Query.
So Query steps in. First pitch to him. Takes a called strike. That one's up and in on Query. 1-1 the count. Should he get aboard, top of the order, Sammy Berman due up next. The 1-1. On the ground at second. Carney waits on it. Throw over to first. Hanging onto the bag is Clausius, and that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Murphy. 5 in a row sent down by the Aston Valley hurler. We go to the bottom of the third. Once again, 6-0 in favor of the Knights. You're listening to Championship Series Game 3 here on DelcoLeague.com. As he did in the second, Brett Lesher leads off the third for the Knights. So this time he does it with a 6-0 lead. The new pitcher on the mound for Upper Darby, the right-hander Sean Donahue, first pitch in for a called strike.
That's the easy way, right? Nobody left on him.
0-1 from Donahue, low and away. Lesher singled and scored back in the second. The only earned run in that 6-run inning for the Knights. Donahue blows a fastball past him, 1-2. It'll be Lesher, Stretch, and Clausius. Swung on and missed. So down on strikes is Lesher for out number 1.
Now batting number 13, Jacob Stretch.
So the line on Grayson Walker. 6 runs. Only one of them earned in 2 innings. 5 hits. Struck out 2, walked 1. 2 wild pitches. And Stretch takes strike 1. Sacrifice bunt his first time up. Gets a piece. 0-2. Plate umpire will walk a ball out to Donahue as that ball, in addition to Stretch getting a piece of it, the ball got a piece of Strickland. Donahue working from the stretch, as many relievers do. 0-2, off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner. Stretch can't believe it, but he is down on strikes, out number 2. As Cody Clausius steps in, this is about where things started to take a turn for the worse for Upper Darby. Clausius had a ground ball over to short that Matt Query couldn't handle cleanly. First pitch from Donahue, up and away.
Now batting first baseman Cody Clausius.
Lesher went to third on that play. Strike to Clausius. And Roman Tazi would beat out an infield single, and that would open the floodgates. As Tazi waits on deck, pitch misses. 2-1 the count to Clausius. Outside, 3-1 to the Aston first baseman. Upstairs, Clausius with a 2-out walk.
Batting center field Roman Tazi.
Roman Tazi, RBI single his first time up. First pitch gets away from Strickland, but Clausius can't really get anything going, so he'll stay at first, 1-0 the count. This is a pretty solid fence. Cyclone fence variety here at Sun Valley. It does get some bounce, so you got to be careful trying to run on those pitches to go to the backstop as Donahue misses high. Close pitch, Tazi takes it. It's ball 3, so 3-0 the count to the Aston Valley center fielder. Takes one inside, a 4-pitch walk, 2 aboard now.
Designated hitter
Dante DeSabatino comes up. He tried to lay down a sacrifice bunt in the second. Christian Strickland throw sailed into right field. Allowed 2 runs to score. Sabatino would later score on a single by Quentin Ivey. Ball 1 to the designated hitter Dante DeSabatino. Top of the order, Matt Domian waits on deck. Misses again, 2-0. So after striking out the first 2 hitters, Donahue seems to have lost the strike zone. This is outside, 3-0. In danger of walking the bases loaded at the bottom of the order. Three-0 pitch. Donahue throws an off-speed pitch, gets it over. Sabatino might as well have laid the bat down. He was not going to swing at that after something like 9 or 10 consecutive balls. 3-1, up and in. So there's the third consecutive walk issued by Sean Donahue. That'll bring Dave Jordan out to the mound. Nobody throwing in the bullpen. So Jordan going to try to talk to his pitcher and see if he can play amateur psychiatrist, figure out what's going on. The Upper Darby infield will come and join him. The Blue Sox, a little demoralized looks on their faces, down 6-0 here in the third. They know it's only the third inning, but time is running out. And their margin for error pretty slim. If they were to lose this game, they will be on the knife's edge, so to speak, tomorrow night. So if they have designs on their first Delco League Championship, they are best served to keep this right where it is at 6-0. So Domian steps in 0 for 2. First pitch from Donahue. Way outside. 1-0.
Batting catcher Matt Domian.
Set at the belt. Misses outside 2-0. Nowhere to put Domian. On the outside corner, now Strickland throws down to third, and Anastasio has to leap into the air, but he gets a tag down on Clausius, but he's back safely. There's something I don't think I'll ever understand, is making that throw in this situation. 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2. Swung on and barely tipped by Domi, and he'll stay alive. Two-two pitch. Fouled off. Domi tried to check his swing. Fortunately for him, he got a piece of it. I think it would have been rung up there easily. Donahue set, the 2-2. Taken high, count goes full. Some throwing going on behind the Upper Darby dugout. And 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. So Donahue gets out of it. Not a ball put into play in the inning, but 6 batters come to the plate. 3 in a row draw walks, but Donahue strikes out the side to avoid any damage. No runs, no hits, no errors. The bases left loaded. You don't hear that every day. 3 full in the books. Knights 6, Blue Sox nothing. Top of the order for Upper Darby here in the fourth. For Aston Valley, 6 runs on 5 hits. No errors, they've left 4. For Upper Darby, no runs, 1 hit, 3 errors. They've left none. 6-0 Knights lead it here in the fourth as Berman takes ball 1 from Chris Murphy. 6 strikeouts on the night, 2 in each of the first 3 innings. Winds and fires the 1-0. Berman tries to hold up. They say he did. So 2-0. Berman, Supa, and Tyson due up for the Blue Sox. Takes strike 1. I mentioned earlier, Berman, Upper Darby's leading hitter, 4 out of 6 through the first 2 games of the series. They have 3 walks, 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. As he swings and misses at that one. Shadows starting to stretch across the infield here at Buggy Field. The sun sets to the third base side of home plate, the 2-2. On the ground to short. Lesher waits on it. Takes it out of the heel of his glove. The throw not in time. And it gets away from Clausius. So, Berman aboard. First error of the game for Aston Valley. Lesher so good those first couple of games over at Cardinal O'Hara, right up until that last play of game 2. So his second error of the series. Just the second base runner of the night for Upper Darby as Joey Supa swings and misses. Looked like that ball kind of handcuffed Lesher. He let it play him and kind of caught it in the heel of his glove and then kind of spiked the throw. So Murphy from the stretch, swinging and missing, is Supa, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch is high. Domian eyes the runner at first, but Berman beats a hasty retreat. Berman dances off the bag. Pitch comes home. Supa checks his swing and instead fouls it off towards his own dugout. So ball and 2 strikes to the UD first baseman. Swung on and missed. So Supa down on strikes for the second time tonight, 1 down. 7 strikeouts on the night for Chris Murphy. And hear the fire truck in the background. We are right across the street from the Aston Fire Department. Pretty good place to put a school, I think. If you're interested in the whole safety thing, as Tyson takes strike 1.
Now batting Steve Tyson.
Tyson fouled out to Clausius back in the first inning. 6-0 Aston Valley, top half of the 4th inning. Runner goes, Tyson swings, throw down to second. They get him. Berman, incredulous. But he beats a hasty retreat off the field before he says something to get himself in trouble, probably. So now 2 down and 2 strikes on Tyson. The 0-2. Misses outside, 1-2. Upper Darby's had 2 base runners to this point. Both of them erased. One via a pickoff, one a caught stealing. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts for Chris Murphy. And that will do it for Upper Darby in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, none left. Halfway through this one, Aston Valley in control, 6-0. Two, 3, 4 due up for Aston Valley. Jared Carney, Quentin Ivey, and Aiden Duda. Last of the 4th inning with Aston Valley on top 6-0, looking to take a 2-1 lead in the championship series. Carney, 1 for 1. He singled in the first, an infield single, and then walked and scored a good old-fashioned hustle run in the second. Takes outside for a ball. He drew a walk and then on a hit and run, scored from first after Quentin Ivey singled, and then the ball was misplayed in the outfield. Carney hits that one in the air. Behind third base, Anastasio and Query both back. It's Query reaching back, making the catch. 1 down.
Now batting Quentin Ivey.
Quentin Ivey steps up. He's 1 for 2, an RBI single in the second. Strikeout in the first. Sean Donahue in his 2nd inning of work. That's the first ball he gave up in play in the 7th batter he faced. He struck out the first 2 guys he faced before walking the next 3 and then striking out Matt Domian to end the 3rd. Ivey chops it to short. Query with the throw. Gets him by a step. Nice play by Matt Query. So after the error that really got things going in the 2nd inning, he's made a couple of nice defensive plays here in the 4th. Always key for a fielder to not allow something like that to stick with them very long. First pitch to Aiden Duda, taken for ball 1. Duda 1 for 2, an RBI single back in the 2nd. He was then thrown out trying to extend that to go to 2nd on a throw, but the run had scored. It was the 6th run of the inning. So he was the 9th batter of the 2nd as he fouls one off. I maintain that 9 batters coming to the plate and having a plate appearance recorded constitutes batting around, and there's no one else on the broadcast to argue with me. So that means I'm right as Duda rips a line drive, but it's right at Alex Berman in left. He'll take about a half a step to his right and make the catch, and that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Upper Darby. No runs, hits, errors, none left. We go to the 5th. Blue Sox really need to get something going. They've only got 9 outs to play with. They trail it by 6. This is Game 3 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the 5th, Christian Strickland. He's got the lone hit for Upper Darby. He was then picked off. Takes a called strike. Chris Murphy has faced the minimum through 4. He's given up a hit, and there's been 1 error by the Knights. 6-0 Aston Valley leads it. Swung on and missed. 0-2 the count. It's Strickland, Gasparo, and Alex Berman. Middle of the order due up for the Blue Sox. We talked about how potent this offense can be as Strickland takes up and away. 6 runs, a bit of a tall task over the final 3 innings, especially with someone like Murphy just absolutely dealing on the mound like he is tonight. But they will take some sort of solace in this ability that they have tomorrow night as they look to stay alive if they can't pull off the comeback tonight, as Strickland fouls one off of something attached to this building. Ball and 2 strikes to count to the Upper Darby catcher. The pitch. Up and away, 2-2. Strickland's hit tonight, his 3rd in the series. Murphy's pitch just misses inside. And here's some chirping from the Aston Valley dugout. So one thing about baseball, guys, they never change whether they're up 6 or not. They're still going to argue for every last ball and strike. 3-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. Number of foul balls hit out of play. If you're not going to win the game, at least you can make a dent in their baseball budget, right? 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strickland down on strikes. The 9th strikeout of the game for Chris Murphy. He's only recorded 13 outs in total, and 2 of them have come on the base paths. Ground ball and a foul fly. The only batted balls put out. So I'll bring up Vince Gasparo. He bats from the left side, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, 0-1 as he swings and misses that fastball.
Next batter for Upper Darby right fielder Vince Gasparo.
Gasparo takes ball 1. Chopped on the ground to first. Clausius backs up on it, tosses to Murphy. A couple steps ahead of Gasparo. And he's out for out number 2.
Left fielder Alex Berman.
First pitch to Alex Berman, misses for ball 1. On the outside corner. Swung on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes count to Berman. If he gets aboard, Max Anastasio waits on deck. Hit in the air down the left field line. Over to get it is the left fielder Duda. He'll squeeze it for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning, 5 in a row retired by Murphy. Will go to the bottom half of the 5th. Aston Valley 6, Upper Darby nothing. This is Game 3 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. For the 3rd time in 5 innings, Brett Lesher leads it off for Aston Valley. Takes a strike. Sean Donahue, 3rd inning of work for the Blue Sox. Popped up to right. Shallow right. Tyson, the second baseman, that goes back and makes the catch for out number 1. Aston Valley on top, 6-0. Last to the 5th. Brings up Jacob Stretch, 0 for 1. He's got a sacrifice bunt on the day. And he struck out in the 3rd.
Now batting number 13, Jacob Stretch.
Second time through the order for Donahue, as Lesher was the first hitter he faced. Stretch swings at the first pitch. Hits it a mile high and a mile left, foul out of play. Cody Clausius on deck. Pitch is outside, a ball and a strike to the Aston Valley third baseman. Swung on and missed. So 1-2 the count. Poke foul out of play. Aston Valley with 6 runs in the second, otherwise goose eggs across the scoreboard. Pitches outside, count full. Stretch scorches a foul ball that sends his on-deck hitter Cody Clausius scrambling to safety. Pitches up and away. I guess now the count's full. Lost track of the number of foul balls. So now the count full to Stretch. There's Donahue. From the stretch, to Stretch. Swung on and hit down the line, foul. Jacob Stretch has made an appearance on the mound for the Knights. He threw the 7th inning of Saturday's win. Strong performance from Trevor Jump that day. An even better one from Chris Murphy thus far tonight. That's upstairs, stretches aboard with a walk. 4th issued by Donahue.
First baseman, Cody Clausius.
So Cody Clausius steps in. 0 for 1, reached on an error and scored in the second. Walked in the third, first of 3 consecutive free passes issued by Sean Donahue. Takes upstairs. Runner goes, pitches high, throw in time. The tag gets Stretch by a mile. Seen a number of runners caught stealing in this series. That was probably the easiest call to make. Great throw by Strickland. 2-0 to count to Clausius. Swung on and missed, 2-1. Swung on and missed, 2-2 now. Fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th. Poked out to left field. Berman comes in on it, makes the catch. That will do it for the Knights in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Just the 1 walk, but they leave none erased on the caught stealing. 5 full in the books. Aston Valley on top, 6-0. Bottom of the order, due up for Upper Darby in the 6th. Max Anastasio, third baseman, swings at the first pitch. Line drive out to right. Now having to come in on it hard is Quentin Ivey, but he'll make the catch. On the sinking line drive, 1 pitch, 1 out for Chris Murphy, and that's a good way to avoid striking out, is to put the first pitch in play. Last 3 batters have been retired on balls in play, which was 1 more than the entire game to that point for Murphy. So Brendan Ricciardi steps in, struck out in the 3rd. Takes a called strike. Aston Valley on top, 6-0 here in the 6th. Murphy's retired 6 in a row. Ricciardi hits that one out towards shortstop. Lesher drifting onto the outfield grass, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Murphy with 9 strikeouts in the game.
Number 12, Matt Creary.
Struck out 4 in a row and 7 of 9 at one point. First pitch in for a strike to Matt Query. Grounded out to second his first time up. Oh, 1 outside. Top of the order, Sammy Berman waits on deck. On the ground at first, Colossius tosses to Murphy. A step ahead of Query. That'll tire the side. 8 in a row sent down by Murphy. He's faced the minimum over the course of his 6 innings. 1 hit and 1 error. Erased with a pickoff and a caught stealing. No runs, hits, errors, none left in the 6th. Aston Valley comes to the plate, nursing a 6-0 lead. This is Game 3 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. New pitcher in for Upper Darby. Right-hander Izzy Mena in there. First pitch swinging. Roman Tazi hit out to deep center. Sammy Berman drifts back some more and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th. Mena not making his first appearance in the series. He first base coach for the Blue Sox to this point. Now on the mound, trying to avoid using any further arms, as the Blue Sox are going to need everybody at their disposal tomorrow night to stave off elimination. First pitch to DeSabatino, misses upstairs. Sean Donahue, 3 innings of relief, no runs, no hits, 4 walks, struck out 3. Called strike 1-1. Just 2 balls in play, 3 balls in play rather, against Donahue. Curveball misses up and in. Imagine the Aston Valley guys will be swinging, trying to put the ball in play. 2-1 pitch. Sabatino fouls off the off-speed pitch. Two and two the count. Matt Domian on deck. Swung, hit on through the right side. No, it's stopped by Supa. He's not going to win the race to the bag. I gotta say, I'm not entirely sure that ball hit the ground. I think in the major leagues we might be taking a second look at it, but an infield single for DeSabatino. He's aboard safely for the second time, for the third time in the game. First hit for Aston Valley since the second inning. Should specify the first hit for anybody since the bottom of the second inning. So that brings up Matt Domian. First pitch swinging. Huge cut. Gets none of it. Smiles back at the dugout. The dugout smiles back at him. Supa holding the runner at first. Double play depth. Throw over to the wrong side of the bag. Mena set. Pitch on the outside corner. Nice frame job by Christian Strickland, and we'll leave it at that. 0-2 count to Domian. He's going to be really desperate not to strike out here. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just misses. That looked like it should have been a strike, but the one before it looked like a ball, so in the end it comes out where it should. 1-2 the count to Domian. The pitch. A called third strike. Domian goes down looking, and he can just laugh as he walks away. He is down for out number 2. So that brings up Jared Carney. Takes a pitch upstairs.
Now batting Jared Carney.
Izzy Mena, not exactly a guy you expect to get called out of the bullpen in the championship series. And Domian knows it as Carney looks at the ball outside. So there's no shame in making it out if you put the ball in play, but to strike out looking, he'll hear about that one, especially if the Knights go on to win. Some harmless rousing as Carney rips one out towards left. On the run is Berman. He makes a nice catch heading away from home plate. And that will retire the side. So Izzy Mena comes on and does what's needed. He keeps the game where it is. It's 6-0. Aston Valley 3 outs away from a 2-1 series lead. We'll be right back here on DelcoLeague.com. 3 outs left in this one for Chris Murphy. His first pitch to Sammy Berman and it's outside, 1-0. Aston Valley on top, 6-0, trying to finish this one off and take a 2-1 lead in the series. Wind up the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Berman 0 for 2 on the night, struck out to lead off the game. Reached on a throwing error by Brett Lesher and then was caught stealing back in the 4th. Murphy has faced the minimum over the course of the first 6 innings. That one's inside, 2-1. You start to wonder if Murphy has any availability to pitch in any potential Game 5. If not, you wonder if Game 4 might have been the night to use him as Berman fouls it off. Obviously, you want to take the 2-1 lead, but if you're able to do that and then throw him out there in a clinching game, you can, start covering the lockers and put the champagne on ice. And if you find yourself down 2-1, well, that's quite a horse to have in the stable for an elimination game. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. But instead, he's out here in Game 3. Trying to put Aston Valley ahead in the series. Aston Valley, of course, should have Trevor Jump available for a potential Game 5, which is not a bad backup plan to Chris Murphy. So pitches upstairs, count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Murphy winds the 3-2 pitch. On the outside corner, a called 3rd strike. Berman goes down looking to start the 7th. The 10th strikeout for Chris Murphy here tonight. Before you get too impressed, he struck out 11 a week ago in a semifinal 1-0 win.
Now batting number 13, Joe.
To put Aston Valley ahead of Wayne 2-1. They would end up with another shutout a night later to knock off the top-seeded Wayne side as Supa swings and misses. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. A 1 pitch. Fouled out of play. Game 4 scheduled for 5:45 p.m. right here at Buggy Field, and we'll have it for you right here on DelcoLeague.com. Game 5, if necessary, to be announced. Supa takes up and away. Presumably it will be at Cardinal O'Hara High School, home field for the Blue Sox. But a date and time yet to be determined. Aston Valley right now trying to avoid that even being a consideration. 1-2. Hit in the air towards center. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Tozy. He dives and makes the catch. A great play by Roman Tozy on the sinking line drive to center. And through the doors of the Last Chance Saloon walks Steve Tyson. He is the last hope for Upper Darby to keep this game going. 0 for 2 on the night. The pitch. First pitch swinging, hits it down the line. A fair ball past Clausius. Tyson takes a big turn around first, but Ivy on it in a hurry. Gets the throw into second. It's not a good one, but Tyson trying to avoid a fate that has befallen a couple of his teammates and not get thrown out on the base path. So first hit for Upper Darby since the 2nd inning.
Number 15, Christian Strickland.
That brings up Christian Strickland. Takes ball 1. Murphy had retired 15 of 16 hitters. leading up to that one. A whole pile of them on strikeouts. Popped up. Foul out of play. Off the top of the Upper Darby dugout, 1-1. Should Strickland keep things going, Vince Gasparo waits on deck. Brendan Ricciardi representing the tying run. Bad news for Upper Darby. He's about 4 batters away. 1-1. This is outside. The sun has disappeared. Some clouds in the sky making it seem a little darker than it is. As we get towards the end of the summer here on the East Coast. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off, 2-2. And the Blue Sox are down to their final strike. Murphy from the stretch. He has his sign. The 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Popped up, foul out of play. Clausius gives chase, but it will land in the Upper Darby bullpen, so we'll do it again. A long day, surely, for a lot of guys. Get up, go to work during the day, and then come out, play in fairly uncomfortable conditions. The long runs for Carty and Clausius in the field, and Tyson as everybody takes their time getting back to their positions. Murphy set at the letters. 2-2 is high. Count full. Second full count of the inning by Murphy. He hasn't had many, if any, over the course of the first 6 innings. Three-two pitch. Runner goes, pitch is fouled off, out of play. So Strickland doing a good job of staying alive. So we'll do it again, 3-2 the count. Three-two on its way. Called third strike, and that will do it for this one. Strikeout number 11 for Chris Murphy is the final out of this one. Christian Strickland goes down looking for Upper Darby in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. The final score, Aston Valley 6, Upper Darby nothing. For the Knights, 6 runs on 6 hits. 1 error. They leave 5. For Upper Darby, no runs. They manage just 2 hits against Chris Murphy. They commit 3 errors, all in that 2nd inning. And they leave 1 on base, and that 1 is Steve Tyson here in the 7th. Chris Murphy faces 1 over the minimum. A 2-hit, 11 strikeout shutout. And that gives Aston Valley a 2-1 lead. The Knights will go for their 7th Delco League Championship title. Tomorrow night, right here at Buggy Field, Upper Darby will try to force a winner-take-all Game 5 at their home yard. They're going to have to win tomorrow night to do it. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We will have Game 4 right here on DelcoLeague.com. Be sure to tune in if you can't make it out to Buggy Field. It was a hot one, and in the end, it was a 6-run 2nd inning that provides all of the scoring in this one. Aston Valley 6, Upper Darby nothing. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Final score is Aston Valley 6, Upper